What's going on, guys? It's Keith. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. Like I said, my name is Keith. I made this channel to help men create their ideal lives through self-mastery. Before we get started, go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I'm putting out new videos every single day to help you create your ideal life. So the topic of today's video is 4 things you must do in order for NoFap semen retention to work. These are things that I had to figure out for myself because I was going through relapses. I was having a hard time using the energy that you get from this, because here's the thing, it's not like when you start a semen retention streak or stop watching porn and things like that, all of a sudden everything changes without any work. Now you've got all this time on your hands and you've got this energy, and you got to figure out what you're going to do with it. How are you going to not relapse? How are you going to use this energy in a positive direction? Because otherwise it stifles you. It can actually backfire. So these are 4 things that I figured out that helped me a lot, that I think will help you a lot. And also, one thing I just want to add, I did make a video on the positive effects of semen retention and NoFap, and I'll put that right there in the card section. But one thing I wanted to add, though, is I think a lot of guys get caught up in their streak of having a semen retention streak or NoFap streak. And I think you're missing the point when you do that. The point here is to master yourself. It's not just to be a celibate your whole life. But I do think porn is something that every man should quit doing. It's bad for your brain. It messes up your ability to have real relationships with women. But as far as a semen retention streak goes, a lot of times I think guys who just can't get laid, quite honestly, get caught up in these streaks of semen retention and make it out to be this virtue that they're not having sex. But here's the thing, if there's a girl you want to have sex with and you're denying it because of a streak you're on, then you're defeating the whole point. Part of the point of doing this is to master yourself so you can become the kind of man who can get with the kind of women he wants to get with. So don't put the cart before the horse, I guess you could say. Don't make semen retention more important than the whole reason you're doing this in the first place, which is to get better so that you can have the types of relationships you want, rather than settling for things you're not happy with completely just because you're controlled by this impulse, essentially. But let's get into it. The first thing I put down is you need to create a list of things to focus on besides sex or porn. You've got this anvil around your neck, basically, when it comes to quitting porn, if that's something you've been on, or masturbation in general, or if you're stopping sex for a time being to focus on getting where you want to get in life. You're going to have all this time and energy in your body, and you need to have places to use that energy for. This is called sex transmutation is what it's called. I'm going to do a whole video on that. But basically, this energy, it's a creative force, essentially. The same force that creates life can also create a business, can create great art, and things like that. So you need places to take this energy when it comes up, because it's going to come up. You're still going to have that energy flowing through you. You're going to feel aroused, things like that. So you need to have a list of things you can do so you can snap to it if something happens, if you suddenly get very aroused and you need to do something with the energy. Some things can be just having a task list, like a to-do list of things to do for your business. If you're running a business, go hit the gym. Some simple breathing, trying to learn to move the energy through your body. This takes time, but you can close your eyes and breathe and focus on drawing the energy up into your other energy centers. This will help you out a lot. Listening to music can help just get into like a flow and loosen up the energy. But basically, you got to do something, because if you sit around with it, you're going to relapse. You're going to get stagnant. And your head's going to get in a funk. Actually, it's going to backfire if you don't have ways to utilize the energy to keep it off of focusing on sex or porn. The second thing I had was you need to learn to control your thoughts and breathe. So going along with that other one, you have to learn to control your thoughts. If you're following a thought stream and you get caught up thinking about things that turn you on, things that arouse you, you're going to keep going down this path, and it's not going to end well for you. The best thing to do when you start feeling very aroused, maybe even get erection, is to just breathe deeply. And what will happen when you take these deep breaths in and out is the thought will dissipate, and you can start to focus your mind on something else. Focus it on something on your list. Okay, so maybe you're very aroused, you're very turned on, you're thinking about sex. Deep breath in, start thinking about what you need to do for your business. It'll channel that energy in a different direction. And honestly, the best work you'll ever get done is when you have this passionate, expressive work, when you have that kind of energy behind you. Or the best workout you're going to have is when that energy is driving it. So it can be very beneficial if you can learn to channel it in the correct direction, but that's the key. The third thing I had down is you need to find a passion, because if you're just doing some dead-end job that you're not fired up about, and you're not passionate about your workouts, you don't like the kind of workout you're doing, you don't have some sort of hobby that gets you really fired up that you can invest your time in, this energy has to be expended. That's the thing. You can't just avoid this topic in general of doing something creative and expressive. It's going to have to come out. You're going to have to find some sort of hobby, something to be passionate about that you can really dive into full force, and you'll create something truly exceptional when you do that. But you got to find it first, otherwise it's going to come out in low-level behaviors. You're going to relapse back into watching porn, masturbation, things like that. So you got to find a passion, okay? If you're not working out, you should really start doing that. That's a great way to get the energy out. You'll be more passionate about that because you can get fired up about watching your body change. You can create what you want in your body. This also makes you more attractive, so that once you're done with whatever retention streak you're on, or if you're just on NoFap, you'll have way more success with the women, because you'll look better in general. All right, the fourth thing I had, the last one, was to delete the apps on your phone, okay? We all know at this point, Instagram is basically softcore porn, okay? And so unless you're very disciplined, or unless you have a good reason to be on Instagram, you might want to delete the app, because it can be really distracting, especially if if you're somebody who's quitting porn. That can almost be just as potent, essentially. So you just have to be aware of what you're doing and not allow yourself to get caught up in that on Instagram in particular, or if you're on the Tinders or Bumble or Hinge or whatever dating app you're on. If you're on semen retention period, you're not looking to have sex or anything like that, you really have no reason to have the apps on your phone, so you need to delete them. If you're on NoFap, well, you just need to learn to control those urges and actually get the girl in front of you, which is the whole motivator. It might honestly, if having those dating apps on there motivates you to get your shit together and get a date with these girls, if you're on NoFap, then that might be better. But if not, you should really get them out of their way. You got to get the distractions out of your way. You'll be able to channel your thinking much better, and you'll find yourself getting derailed much less. But anyways, guys, these are the 4 main things that I think you need to do in order for NoFap semen retention to work. Before we finish this video, I want to talk to you about Training Camp, my group coaching program, where we do live coaching calls on all types of topics designed to help you create your ideal life. We also do fitness coaching in there. You get a workout program, nutrition program, plus contests, giveaways, networking opportunities. You get a 7-day free trial to join. In the description box below, you can learn more about that. Also, if you're new to working out, I've put together a free 1-week workout program that you can find down in the description box below. This would be a great opportunity if you're going on a NoFap semen retention streak to start building your body if you haven't already done that. And this is a really basic way to get your foot in the door in the gym and start building your body. But yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next video tomorrow. Thanks for watching.